Bear baiting is littering.
You good?
It's not bad, yeah. One of the things a good guy does is he makes sure that a bear bait is good to go. Well, I'm gonna bring some for the truck on the way home. Let's go. You better not be recording.
You know I had to.
That's how we attract deer at South Shore Lodge. It's actually a deer call, not a deer baiter. Big buck, 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 big buck.
Right in the corner.
We're gonna walk the beaver house? All right. It's kind of interesting how when you're getting out and you're just gonna do a pre-scout and look for a spot, that you never know when you're gonna find that dynamite spot. But we've been in close communication with the beavers at that house, and
Seeing some monsters.
they've been seeing some monster bucks. We've promised not to trap or shoot them this coming up spring for that information. So it's a trade. It's a good trade-off. We've also told them though that any poplars in camp that are chewed will definitely, breach that contract and they'll be shot on sight. So they've been putting the word out to their beaver friends not to chew any of the poplars at South Shore Lodge in exchange for big buck sightings. We're hoping it's going to be a win-win situation. Oh, because what am I, a pansy? Is it deep there?
Little bit.
How wet are you?
Wet enough to just walk now.
The life of a guide. Honey, I'm home. Of course, we have a short rope again. I was going to tie the rope to that.
Oh yeah, that would have held you.
You'll notice that the tree's been knocked down, and the moose here in northwestern Ontario are pretty big. Now he would have been rubbing through here, rubbed it raw, and then probably another bull in the area would have spooked him, and he would have just thrashed his horns and knocked that tree right over. But that's why we use big guns, and the moose are big in northwestern Ontario. But yeah, typical moose run. A lot of people inquiring about what kind of wire we use. It's wire, moron.
The blue stuff works the best.
Well, yeah, carries the most amount of voltage because these actually aren't feeders. What they are is they're, it's like an electric chair for a deer. He sticks his head in there and there's a little trigger there. As soon as a little bit of corn falls down, 22,000 volts goes through this little tube and wire, and then we stun the deer so that the hunter can shoot him without having to worry about the deer running away or anything. Yeah, so it's a good technique. Not very many other outfitters use that high voltage system, but we like it. It's probably one of our most successful techniques for killing deer. Unfortunately, what happens is we get a lot of fawns, a lot of does, and we got to bury those in the back because we're not allowed to shoot them. What do you got going there?
Little cocaine.
A flying fish. We can eat that. That's big enough for a couple shrimp. You think?
Oh yeah.
Nope. It was big enough.
Catch any big fish here?
Never. I didn't clear it. And you were worried about hitting that branch up there. South Shore Lodge is located 110 miles north of International Falls. It's a short hop, skip, and a jump via car through the border there, and you know, we've got a really neat little access road that we've carved through the wilderness that gets you right to our main landing. And then, you know, the boat ride's only about 3/4 of a mile, but it really puts you into a unique setting. Yeah, we do the Oscar Mayer suppers. Food in the lodge is another reason why there's a lot of people say, you know what, the bang for the buck at South Shore is incredible. No, the meals at South Shore Lodge are really hearty. Our mentality is get the heartiest meal out there, so when the biggest eater is going to go away satisfied. All of our cabins at South Shore Lodge are nestled in a really neat, unique atmosphere. Most of our cabins have fully modern facilities, so you're going to get a cabin that's going to have a screened-in porch. All of our beds are adorned with nice, warm wool Hudson's Bay blankets. Each cabin is heated with a fridge, so you can keep popping stuff cold.
How's the fishing on South Shore? Not bad, but ever since that chemical spill over on Muskeg, they've been getting a little thin in this lake. Oh, wait a minute. There's might be a fish. Hey, there's one for the pan.
Yeah, we average probably 30 guests in camp. We like to fill up the cabins, but you never get every bed full in every cabin. That number is a real nice number for us. It keeps the dock hands jumping and popping, but it's not like where the guests are going to come and get lost in the mix of a really big
Fish out there at all? How's the fishing so sure? Birds. Oh, yeah.
We have a full-time guide at South Shore Lodge. Now his job is not just to take people out fishing, his job is to be on the water. He's scouting new spots all the time. Even when he's not with guests, he's out on the water.
So where do you catch any good walleye around?
Out there.
So, I mean, are they pretty big? Do I need any special equipment to get them in? Awesome, thank you.
Best to bring your family to South Shore Lodge. It's a good thing Brian's too busy to be able to have time to edit this. I'd be in a lot of trouble.